I have the very first female speaker for Realtor.com in my office today. You don't want to miss the show. So I have Christy Keneally here in my office, and I'm going to let her introduce herself, but she is a certified nerd, and you don't want to miss this conversation. Christy, welcome.
Thank you so much. So happy to be here. Yeah. So I'm Christy Keneally. I am a marketing technology director with West. Before that, I was Realtor.com's first female national speaker. Before that,
Amazing.
yeah, thanks.
Women are ruling the world now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And before that, ran marketing for a couple different tech companies. And before that, drum roll,
Oh, I love this one.
I was a Broadway dancer.
Four.
I did Cats.
Amazing.
How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying.
I heard you were once an oyster shell.
And so the low point of the performing career was being an oyster. Yeah, that was Alice in Wonderland, the miniseries, and I clearly should have asked more questions of the casting director about that one. But
That's
Which
amazing.
means
That's
nice.
amazing. That's amazing. Well, look, we just finished an amazing meeting here at our office with our team. And I, before I let you go, I wanted to sit with you and talk to you and share with our audience a little bit of some tips, right, of things they can use for improving their social media. Whether you're a business entrepreneur, whether you own a restaurant, any business owner really can value from the tips that you gave our team here today. So I want to start with LinkedIn, right? You started with LinkedIn and the importance of having LinkedIn. For me, LinkedIn has always been my resume, right?
Yeah.
The very first thing that people see. But why is LinkedIn so important?
Well, because of this pandemic, everyone's Googling each other more and more, and LinkedIn is almost always going to show up on the first page of a Google search if someone's looking you up.
Okay.
And we're all looking each other up more. So you want to control that first page of Google as best as you can. And so it's a good time to polish up that LinkedIn profile and leverage some of the latest features of LinkedIn.
Now, I learned something new that I had no idea LinkedIn actually offered, was a video introduction of myself.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's called the cover story.
Okay.
And what it is you get to bring your photo on your LinkedIn profile to life by creating a 20 to 30 second video introduction. And you do that by being in creator mode, and you have to download the app on your phone or update your app,
Okay.
which has probably been a while since
Right,
we've all
yeah.
updated our LinkedIn apps.
Right.
And it's just tap on your photo, and it should prompt you to then record your cover story. And it's just a cool feature that, again, brings your picture to life.
Sure.
And humanizes that LinkedIn experience.
Yeah. Now, I mean, obviously, you gave us a lot of other tips too, right? Content is probably one of the hardest things that anybody can try to create. And we talked about not trying to reinvent the wheel, really looking at what other people are doing that works. But for me, for example, right, my social media is based 100% on my business. And we talked about ratios, about a certain percentage of your posts or content should be business related, and a certain percentage should be personal. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so that there's been a lot of, I think, coaches and people who have said, it's got to be 80% personal and 20%. I don't necessarily believe that. I think you can just simply alternate and just simplify the whole process for yourself. So I think it's kind of nice to offer something a little more personal at the beginning of the week, like what you did over the weekend. That was fun.
Right.
Those posts are going to get more engagement,
Sure.
no doubt. But if I engage with you because you showed something personal, that just signals to the platform, hey, Chrissy's interested in what you have to say.
Sure.
Maybe we'll show her your next post,
Right.
which could be a business post.
Right.
We just alternate a little bit and not make this quite so complicated, because what happens is we overanalyze and then we just don't share.
Right. No, and you know what? I want to go more into that, because a lot of times we like it when people comment on our posts, right?
Yeah.
But then we don't take the time, or at least I don't, and I try to, right, to try to engage with my other people that I follow, or even posts that I find interesting, because I'm just so busy, but I don't take the time to do that. How important is engaging with other people on social media for the algorithm per se?
So I'm not an algorithm expert,
Okay.
but I would say half the battle of social media is being social
Right.
and engaging with other people. Like
Okay.
it is half the battle. So I take a tip from my friend Katie Lance, who's a social media consultant in Northern California, and she taught me to focus 5. So I spend 5 minutes a day. That's it. 5 minutes a day on 5 people, and I try to say 5 words or more.
It's a great tip.
So just not nice pick, right?
Or the little,
awesome.
the little happy face or the heart.
Right,
Right.
right. We actually say something to show that person I did see you. I really saw you.
Right.
I care.
Care.
Yeah, and I do this while my kid eats Cheerios in the morning. I usually do it in the morning so that I have the day to go back and forth if that should happen, if
Right.
there's conversation.
Right.
But I don't make a big deal of it. It's just 5 minutes, and I feel that engagement is prospecting for businesses, for
course.
entrepreneurs.
Of course, of
Yeah.
course. That's an amazing tip. I think people will definitely use that. Let's talk about one of the biggest tips that I heard you say today. Many times I'm looking through my reels, right, and then if I'm not captivated, I just keep swiping, right? And you talked about a 3-second rule, right? Talk to us about the 3-second rule and why it's so important to be able to captivate your audience within the first 3 seconds.
Yeah, so Facebook did a study with video, and they found that if people watch at least 3 seconds of a video, approximately half of that audience will stick around to watch the next 30 seconds.
Right.
So if you're keeping it short, they might watch the whole
whole
video.
thing.
So that's how important those first 3 seconds
course.
are. So you gotta try to have a hook. You basically want to say what it is you're going to be talking about and then talk about it.
Right.
So what we don't have time for is, hi,
Right,
this is Christy Keneally.
right,
And today on episode 147, like it's
right. You're gone.
we're gone.
Yeah.
We're gone. And
Yeah.
instead, tell the audience what they're going to get. What value
Sure.
are they going to get out of watching the video, even if it's funny? But be funny in the first 3 seconds, or offer the value in the first 3 seconds. Because
Right.
once you have them for 3, you got about half the audience for the rest of the video.
Right. That great. Again, great tip. Call to action. We talked a lot about call to action. Many of us take the time to do a video. We perfect this video, but we don't ask for anything, right? What should we be asking for? What kind of call to action should, at the end of my video or throughout the video, what should we be asking our audience?
Yeah, well, it doesn't have to be a hard sell. So
Right.
you don't have to ask them to give me business today or call me today, right?
Right.
We don't have to do, I don't know, that thing that I feel like we grew up with
Right,
kids
right.
on TV,
Yeah.
right? We
And
just-
if you call right now,
yeah, we don't have to
Yeah.
do that. It can be as simple as, DM me and tell me what you think
Right.
in the comments below.
Right.
It could be as simple as DM me if you have a specific question, or it could be visit the link in my bio for more information
Right.
where they can take the next step.
Sure.
But it can be a simple, soft call to action, and
Right.
in marketing jargon that's called a CTA, right?
Right.
A call to action where you tell the consumer what to do, but it can be soft, doesn't have to be this hard sell. I think we get embarrassed
Yeah.
doing that kind of thing, and I'm just suggesting to everyone it doesn't have to be embarrassing. It's helpful to me
Right.
to know what I need to do next if I found you engaging and I do want more information.
Of course, no, I think it's very important. In fact, I always tell people, tell me what you think.
Yeah.
Please comment below or share and tell a friend, right? So I think those are also very important tips. Now, Google business page, right? That's also, if we're in business, again, regardless of the business, how important is your Google business page right now? Does it cost any money to be on a Google business page?
It's still free.
Free 99?
A free 99,
Right.
right? It's still it's still free. Who
Okay.
would have thought? So yeah, it used to be called Google My Business,
Right.
but now they've changed it to just your Google business page.
Yeah.
And I think it's important because it does take up so much real estate
Sure.
on the first page of Google
Right.
should someone search your name.
Sure.
And you just want to make the best first impression. We're all Googling each other more
Sure.
than ever before because of this pandemic.
Right.
We were all stuck at home doing our own due diligence on everything.
Yeah.
So we look up everything. So with that Google business profile, you can control the photos in the photo gallery and your updates and your posts and your business hours. And Google relies heavily on their own reviews, and those reviews show up in that Google business profile.
Sure.
And ultimately, this is about being found more often when someone searches a certain business near me.
Right.
Those searches are up by over 200%
Wow.
because of the pandemic. So you want to stand a better chance of showing up organically, and the only way to really do that is to have an optimized Google business page. And then with that, there are other advertising choices. But for now, that page is free and can do a lot for people.
And I think just because, of course, Google requires that you input all your information, and I think it's important for our audience, and this is my tip, right? To make sure that all your information is consistent on all your platforms, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because I see a lot of people, business owners, that have very inconsistent information on one app or on one site versus another site, and it's kind of confusing, right? So you want to make sure that you guys are as consistent as possible on all your platforms. And so before I let you go, we talked about Remix. I've never heard about Remix. Tell the audience about Remix. That kind of got me a little. I can't wait to try it actually. So
Yeah, it's kind of fun. So it's on Instagram.
Okay.
If you watch a video of someone and you like what they have to say or they're
Right.
funny,
right,
you tap on the little three dots in the lower right corner, and if the video is available for remix, what that means, it's not an editing term.
Right.
I mean, it is an editing term, but not in this context. Remix means simply react to someone. And I'll react to people who I think are funny just
Right.
because it's fun to
Right.
do. But you tap on those little three dots. If the reel is available for remixing, it'll say remix this reel. And you simply hit record and react to whatever is happening, and that person will be notified.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say to everyone, keep it positive. Let's not remix and
Right.
be negative.
Yeah.
Try to keep it positive. But it's an easy way to create content. That other creator is notified. They'll appreciate it, and it's kind of fun. And I don't know how long that feature is going to last.
Yeah.
Instagram does tend to experiment a lot, but it's a fun feature for right now.
right. No, it looks fun. I can't wait to try it. So now, Christy, if people want to find you, where can they find you on social media?
At Christy_Keneally on Instagram is probably the best place to follow me.
And of course, we'll have our tech guy here share your Facebook, your website, and your Instagram for our audience to follow you. Christy, it was a pleasure having you. Thank you very much for being here with me today.
Thank you so much.
And I can't wait to have you back.
Thank you so much. I
Thank
can't
you.
wait to be back. I love this office.
Yes, thank you. All right, everybody. So again, follow my girl, Christy. We'll see you guys soon. Cheers.